Girl chat time.
Time to chat.
What time are we starting this?
You know how that's how the intro is? You know how that's how the intro is? They go like dunka, dunka, dun, 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 dun. You know the music?
Yeah, but Rob adds that in. So we don't need to add it.
Rob, add this in.
No.
Welcome everyone to the Project One Dance podcast, where we talk about dance, life, and everything in between. This is episode 15, and you may notice we have some different faces here. So I'm Amanda. Let's introduce ourselves again. So
I'm Zoe.
I'm Jade.
And I'm Wendy.
yeah, we're the girls.
The girls.
In
So
P1.
last time you guys saw the boys, but
This is the girls.
this is the girls now. We're gonna have a little bit of a girls chat, girls night out.
We all got our blankets.
I know,
Nice and comfy.
Just treat it as though we're having like a sleepover together, and we have popcorn if you want some. Invite it to the camera.
Throw it through.
But yeah, all right. So, how are you guys going?
Good. How are you, Amanda?
I'm good.
Wendy.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. Not too much going on.
So, pretty much like, yeah, we're the girls of Project One. If you guys don't know, Project One is a 9-member dance crew. There are 4 girls and 5 boys. And we are the 4 girls of...
We are slightly outnumbered.
Yeah, just slightly. But yeah, how do we feel about being in like a mixed crew with 4 girls and 5 boys?
I've always thought it was really awesome because, like, I personally one of the things I loved most about P1 is I never felt like there was a gender gap. Because you find so many crews, right? They go up on stage and you've got the female outfit and the male outfit. And there's always a distinction. You could always very clearly tell the difference between both of them. And the men were always used for certain tricks and lifting up the girls or something. And the girls were used for the sassy moves or the sexy moves. And that never happened in P1. It was always like that. We were always wearing the same outfit, bought from the same place. It may be a little baggy on some of us. Big shoulders, big legs. But I never felt like too big of a distinction between us in terms of that, and like especially in like the roles in society, there's so much of like a specific stereotypical role that women go in and a stereotypical role that men go in, but in P1 I never felt like we really did that as much as there's a bit of a distinction with us. I think it's more personality than anything. I don't think it's really gender specific. It just happened that the 4 of us were a little quieter than some of the boys.
Yeah, I agree. I think as well, like, we've always had like you were saying, the same costume, like from the same places. So like, yeah, like you were saying as well, like sometimes it doesn't fit us quite right. Like the shirts will be really tight around here. But I think like as we've grown up together, we're even like making ourselves even more kind of like similar. Like the gap, there is no gap at all. Like we all do the same thing, like the same fitness and like just the same. We all do the same thing all the time. So it's like, it's really good. I think it's a really positive environment. Like, it's really, I think it would be good for the guys, but it's also good for us just to like be with everyone. And yeah, it's really fun.
How do you guys feel about girls versus boys fitness? Because whenever we do dance fitness, it's always boys versus girls, and there are 5 boys, 4 girls, and then we do the same exercises, but it's a race. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, like we've only done it recently, but like in the past we've done it like mixed it up. Yeah. So I was fine with it then.
So you're not fine with it?
No, like they're more like powerful than us, and like they're faster as well. And like when we do it, it's kind of slow. I don't know why, but we're slower.
But at the time, it feels so fast. You're like, yes, you're going so fast.
Keep pushing. And honestly, to give us the benefit of the doubt, I like to think that we have better form when the boys get into a race. I don't know what it is about them. They've got beautiful form when they're just doing the fitness and the exercise. But the minute it comes to doing like a race, Josh is like, done. And we're like, what? You're doing like a burpees and they get like half up and they don't even do a push up down. And we're like, what is that?
because Chip's a male too, he roots for the boys. And then even though they cheat on their form, they still somehow win.
It's
and
terrible.
Then we cheat on our form, we don't win.
It's terrible.
Yeah. It's always fun though.
It's good. It's good like camaraderie.
Yeah.
I guess it gives us something to like, you push through it.
It's not actually like, oh my God, because you're the girls, you're weak. It's like, this is just something for fun because we know that they're all very fit and strong, but we're just like, we're doing our best, and our best is good enough.
But like with the guys as well, like I think girls and guys are just naturally stronger in different areas. So like the guys are really good at the push-ups and all the upper body, but then when it's like squats, we're like, yes, let's go, we've got this. And then I feel like we could like, you know, we could probably beat them in like a squat competition.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
I reckon
I
we
feel
could.
that. Yeah.
Someone's gonna watch this and then do it.
Yeah, one of the boys would be like, okay, let's do it. We're like,
Challenge
oh, can't take it back.
But yeah, I feel like
There's definitely a different level of strength. Like definitely the boys have stronger arms, and there is like a
Yeah.
bit of like natural growth with that. Like men, just when you talk about like genetics, find it easier to build upper body muscle than women are. Women do, and you definitely feel it. But there's never been a time where I've like looked over and gone, oh, I feel ostracized by the boys because I can't do A, B, and C. Like if ever I'm falling behind or say I'm the last one to finish an exercise, every single person in the room is cheering you on to like keep going. And at no point have I ever like gone, oh, I'm just one of the girls. I've never ever felt like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm the girls.
yeah.
It's a privilege.
I feel like doing like fitness with the boys as well. It kind of motivates me, like personally, like to keep pushing. Like especially like when I'm next to Ryan and Andy, I'm like, I gotta keep, like, I gotta keep up with them, and try to finish like my sets. So it's good motivation.
Yeah, no, definitely it is.
I agree with that. So that's like us being in a mixed crew, but particularly with our P1 boys, like how is it working with them? Like say for a routine or something like that. What's it like for that? How would we describe that?
I've always like, it's not like, yeah, similar situations, not that big of a distinction. I've always found with the boys are so like, they're just like, I don't know, they, like when you think about like content creation, right? The boys, I don't know what it is about the boys that they find a natural ability to create content. But there was one time in America where we got given the camera to go off on an adventure. We looked back on the footage and we were like, what happened?
What is that?
We're not funny. And I think, yeah, sometimes I personally sometimes go like, I don't know how to participate in this conversation right now. There are so many jokes and I cannot follow. When it comes, yeah.
They're all like, mainly all of our boys are very like, you know, pretty outgoing. And so they're always like, you know, they're just that kind of people. Like they're so outgoing. They can like, they're so creative, like in dance and outside of dance. So like, they just always come with content. Like literally just like waiting to cross the road and there'll be like some content. It's like, what are you guys even talking about? Like,
When we were using the like American like wait button, it was like wait, and Chip just starts like dancing to it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I was also going to add on like with like, you know, maybe like the mixed crew versus the non-mixed crew. Like I remember the last competition, I was like, guys, why are we wearing makeup? Like, why are we doing that? If they need it, like, if we're going to wear makeup, they should wear makeup. And then some of the boys were like, okay. And then, we'll do it. Yeah, I think was it Jason who was like, yeah, we should try it.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, I know Rob was super for it. Rob was like, yeah, put makeup on me.
Or none of us were. And I feel like that worked as well because makeup is also another level of stress on the day of like trying to get it right. And like at the start, we really stressed over what our hair and our makeup was going to be. But now I feel it's a bit more like,
Yeah, I feel like that's a common stress for like female dancers. Because I remember before I joined like Project One, before I even knew what hip hop comps were, I thought there was always people who did your makeup and your hair. But then when you get there, you're like, oh no, I gotta do it myself. I gotta learn how to do my hair and my makeup. Because all of us had to learn how to do our makeup because of dance.
I definitely remember like first few comps when we were all doing like makeup to get like we do makeup like before the comps or even like the day of and together and everything. And I used to be like, oh, I'm looking so great. Then I look back at photos and I'm like, wow, who let me go on stage like that?
What is that makeup look?
But like it's definitely an added stress and everything. And you make a good point that we definitely kind of one day just went, we don't really have to. And we all just kind of went, maybe a little bit, but not a lot.
yeah.
Would we ever want to be in an all-female crew? Like if Project One didn't exist, would you want to be in an all-female crew, or you like, do you prefer the mixed crew?
I prefer the mix.
Yeah.
Personally.
Why is that?
Just because like you have like a different dynamic. Like if it gets like a bit too stressful with the girls, the boys ease it out with like their jokes and like just their vibe is different.
Yeah,
And I feel like we need that.
I agree.
I definitely think that like a big part of it is that it's about how the personalities gel more so than just the gender of it all.
Yeah.
As much as it's an important factor, I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that like if you met, I always think that if you met all 9 of us individually, we're all such different people, but we grew a lot of respect for each other and we found a way to understand each other, and we managed to create such a beautiful bond between 9 people that was so different. Like 2 or 3 of us were really good friends already outside of dance, but when it came to P1 joining, it took us about a year or so to really develop a bond the way that we have it now. But I think it was more just based on the personality, and I think us being who we are created an amazing dynamic between all of us.
Yeah, I feel like I know what you're saying. Like I feel like a lot of the guys in our crew, like their personalities are a lot more like kind of calming. Like if we're like, I don't know, I feel like it works both ways though, because sometimes I think the guys can get like kind of intense about something and they're like, should we do this or whatever. It's just like nice to have other people, like other perspectives come in and be like, chill or whatever.
Stop it.
Calm down.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's nice being in a mixed crew. I agree, because like, why not? Why one gender?
Why does it matter?
Yeah,
Why
just
not
like
both?
it's just a bunch of people dancing together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
it doesn't really matter. I feel like being in an all girls crew. Like, I haven't been in an all girls crew. I mean, you guys have like BOF as well, but like it'd be nice to like really like express more the feminine side, because like sometimes in P1, like we've had our like little like girl section and the guys section. The guys section's super like masculine, like and the girls section's more like yes, I'm a girl. And I feel like it'd be nice to kind of have that like all girl crew, just to be like, yes, powerful women, and like expressing that like, yes, let's go.
Or even just have a piece with just us 4.
Yeah.
Like
I think that'd be
with
awesome.
Just
should
like
do
the
that.
boys.
Yeah.
Like the boys can have a piece and then the girls can have a piece, and then we just create like whatever we want
Yeah.
as masculine or feminine. Or it doesn't even have to have those characteristics, just our own choreography.
Our own form of
Yeah.
expression. I always loved, I remember reading an article about Gabby from Sydney, and she was saying something along the lines of how she was able to bring, like, she found popping and it worked really well for her, but then she also managed to bring her femininity into it and was really able to be expressive through not only her dance form but also like her sexuality and the way she felt as a person. I've always loved that. I always thought it would be such a cool expression, and I've always thought that if we managed to find something where we could do something with just the girls and express that form of like strong women and your femininity, and the fact that like, because this, you hear so many like stories about how like it's weak to be a girl, and to show that no, it's actually really strong, and that there are strong women out there, and to have sexuality is actually a good thing, and to express that I think would be super awesome through dance. Because I see some stuff, like a lot of whacking I find is extremely expressive through that sort of stuff, and you'd have a lot more insight of it than I would. But I think it's so amazing to see some people get super expressive with just how they feel about themselves, and I just think it's beautiful to watch, and I think it would be awesome to explore something like that.
Well, I guess the thing is with like different styles, different street styles all have a different origin as well. And so like I think some styles are way more like female dominated or male dominated, right? Like I don't really know statistics or anything, but like from what I've seen, there's way more guy breakers than like girl breakers, right? And then in whacking, like the origin of whacking was the gay community, the LGBT community, expressing themselves and their sexuality as being gay in a time where it wasn't okay to be gay in the 70s. And so that's where that like feminine expression comes through, of just dancing and expressing yourself. And yeah, like, so that's why you have like, I guess, different styles. They all have different origins and why they're so expressive in that way. Whereas I feel like, you know, I see like a lot of breakers are like super masculine, and like it's different people like coming into the style as well, and like their spin on it and their flavor in it as well. But yeah.
Sometimes I even think about like with dance, like why do we even need to put a masculine or feminine to it? It's like it's just dance, even the way they move. But then just somehow we always put like these characteristics with it. Like it's some like deeper thing than what we originally think for surface level thoughts. So it's very interesting. Yeah. Oh man. Deep topic.
Yeah. It's like when you first, like, I remember when someone first said, like, what's it like being, like, you know, a female dancer in, like,
In the hip hop scene.
And I was just like, what? Like,
What do you mean?
it's chill.
I'm just a dancer.
It was like Win News how they interviewed us, and then they were like, Chip was like, "Okay, Amanda, you're gonna get solo interviewed." And then one of the first questions he asks me is, "What's it like being a female dancer in the hip hop scene?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's good."
Good answer.
It's nice. He was like, "Do you feel any like inequalities or anything?" I was like, "No, it's pretty equal here."
Yeah.
We're a pretty good community.
Yeah. So sometimes it's just like, why is that stigma there? It's so it's interesting. It's like why is it boys do hip hop, girls do ballet sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's also people's understanding of hip hop and their misconception of what, like, hip hop is as well. Like, hip hop is just, like, you know, like, for us it's a pretty broad term, and there's so many street styles and everything that, like, kind of come along with that time. Then for other people, they're just like, there's hip hop, there's contemporary, there's ballet. Like, hip hop is, like, so much deeper than what people think as well. So, like,
Yeah.
Because hip hop is just an umbrella term more than anything, because it has so much beneath it and so much depth and so much flow on that. I think a lot of people do put a bit of like a little cap on top of it, like, oh, it's just this. When you really unpack it, there's so much more to it than just that.
Yeah, and then it makes you think, is it like that for the other styles as well? Because we haven't necessarily done contemporary or ballet like too much. We haven't dived too far deep into it, or jazz or tap. What if that has like a little cap on top of it as well, and it's so much more deeper? It's like dance is so much more than just dance. It's like it's like each style will probably have its own history, its own origins, the reason why it's deemed more feminine and more masculine. And like, if it's like that, do we break those stereotypical norms, or do we just like keep it as is?
I say
So
break
much
it.
to think. Gonna
Well,
break
we're already
through it.
breaking it because we're
true.
female dancers in the hip hop scene. So.
Breaking norms.
It's like, how would you like get rid of that stigma altogether?
I think it's just about empowering the next generation as
Yeah.
well. Like, it's not just about us, it's about breeding that positivity. It's about showing people and helping people to understand that they aren't the label that they're forced under, that they are so much more than that. And they are like, we are who we want to be. We aren't who other people tell us to be. So if you want to dance in a specific way, don't let anyone tell you that that's feminine or that's masculine, or, oh, you shouldn't be doing that because you're a girl, or you shouldn't be doing that because you're a boy. Do it because it makes you feel empowered. Do it because it makes you comfortable with who you are. And remember that, like, you are you, and that is not something that you should ever be sorry about. That is something that you should be proud of, and express it in the way that makes you feel most you. And I think we can do so much of that sort of stuff through our dance. Like, we've all had a moment where we've just gone out there and like started dancing, and it's just felt like more than just dance. It's felt like an expression, a story, some sort of communication. And I think we can do so much more with that by helping empower those people that are new to the scene or new to dancing, and help breed out that stigma by showing all the positivity and not letting that negativity get even a second of light.
I think it's more about also like educating other people on what like hip hop is, because like, yeah, when that question was asked, it was I was like, what do you mean? Like, being a female dancer like in the hip hop scene, like, it's not like, you know, it's not like it's
Isn't it
really
just a
dominated.
dancer?
There's no like real, I don't feel like there's a big inequality at all. Like, yeah, like it really depends on the individual styles, I feel.
And
But
maybe it depends on our environment, because in our environment, we don't feel like it's like unequal at all, because Project Beats is a very equal place. Everyone has an equal platform. But maybe in other hip hop scenes that we aren't very involved in, it might be very dominant and very inexclusive. So like exclusive, not blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
You guys know what I mean.
But yeah, it's interesting to also hear like what other people say, like, you know, like, oh, just even asking that question, like it implies that there is an inequality. But it's like, that's so interesting that you think that.
Yeah, why do you think that?
Yeah.
Let me turn the table on
How
you.
like
I'll ask you
maybe
the
like
questions.
hip hop is portrayed in media or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially
Mm.
from an
That's true.
outsider's point of view, because they were an outsider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Making that comment, like, why?
yeah.
I remember like hip hop's also got like such a stigma for violence as well. Like I'll go to my grandparents' hometown and I'll talk to like the older people in that community and some of my grandparents' friends, and they'll go, "Oh, hip hop. Oh, I don't like that. Very violent, very angry." No, it's not.
Peace, love, and having fun.
Peace, love, and unity. Like it's so much more than that, and it's gotten such a stigma because of certain individuals that people have decided are the representation of hip hop, but they're not. It's so much more supporting and loving than that.
I feel like people think it's aggressive because of like, let's say like for krump, it's like a pretty aggressive like
Yeah.
dance style, but it's aggressive because you're expressing yourself and like how you feel. Like I don't know the origin of krump, but like just like hip hop in general, like people say it's aggressive, but it's just us expressing ourselves.
Yeah. I think more of the origin stuff. It's like breaking. I think this is the origin. Don't quote me on this. But it was like to keep people out of trouble. That's when they would do breaking jams and battles. So maybe because of those origins, because people were doing bad stuff before breaking, those people were associated with breaking because they did bad things in the past. But as they were doing breaking, like maybe that carried on. That's just a guess. Please don't hold me to that. I swear.
Yeah.
So much history. But yeah, talking about like dance and all this, do we have any major like female dance inspirations? Like maybe it could be like a female dancer who expresses femininity, or maybe they don't even have like any sort of feminine or masculine like sort of features. It's just like someone who you're like, wow, that's a pretty empowering woman. Pretty good.
Anyone want to start off?
Does anyone have one?
Do you have one?
Yeah, for me it's Kyoka from Rush Ball, because she does both heels and hip hop, and when she does heels, she's like super like sexy. She dances like super like whoa, and then when she does hip hop, it's like super gangster. Like she has the balance of both feminine and masculine sort of characteristics when she dances, and she has such a good control and balance over both of them. So when I see her dance, I'm like, you're so cool. I want to be like you. Oh my god. But yeah, so for me it's Kyoka from Rush Ball.
That's cool.
Does anyone else have one?
I have a lot, like because I follow them on Instagram, but I guess like someone that sticks out is like Ria Hata. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Rihana. I think it
Rihana?
is.
Yeah, just like her style of like of hip hop dancing, but like the way she moves is like so feminine as well. Like it's just captivating to see how she's inspiring like Japanese dancers to grow. Yeah, just seeing how she's developing like people, her students. I forgot her name.
Reina.
Reina. Yeah.
So good.
Both
And
so
she's
good.
so young too.
Yeah, it's just seeing her and how like just through Instagram how like they've developed like the students. It's just inspiring.
Yeah, that's cool. I think a big inspiration for me just at the moment is Lorena. I can't say her last name. It starts with a V. Lorena V. And she's really inspiring to me because she started whacking in Mexico, and she didn't know anyone like in Mexico who was whacking. Like she kind of started up that community. Like she's from Mexico and then went to LA, and then also started up a new community. And just like being alone and then like really trying to start something and pioneer something somewhere that doesn't have whacking is like really inspirational. And she can be very feminine, but then also like her whacking isn't always super like feminine. It can be very like, I don't know, just like very expressive as a person. It's not necessarily like, feminine. And she's just very dramatic, and it's like, it's really cool. Big inspiration, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think someone like personally for me that's had an impact on like it's so hard to pinpoint one female dancer that's had the greatest impact because it's just so empowering to see all women dance in their own way. But I think someone who had a very personal impact on me was Brooke from Street Beats in Wollongong. Was when we were in America, I was having a bit of like a style crisis, I guess, as I didn't really know who I was as a dancer and what I wanted my identity to be. And I was really kind of struggling because I thought house was what I wanted, but I was also struggling between that and hip hop. And I was just, really struggling between the two of them. And if I wanted to discover something new, like I really wanted to go into dance hall for a little bit. And I sat down next to Brooke once and she just kind of struck up a conversation with me and really kind of helped me understand how much I loved house, especially. And had a massive conversation with me about that and pushed me in the right direction of who to talk to about right stuff. And she just kind of really empowered me to look forward towards myself and to find the right thing for me. And I just think it was really amazing that she just didn't really know who I was, but just struck up a conversation with me and helped push me more than she'll ever really know.
That's nice.
And she's really good.
She's so amazing. She's such a beautiful
really
dancer. She's so amazing. I love watching her dance. And she has her own business as well that's thriving.
Yeah.
Like, she has done amazing, amazing things.
Do you guys have any male inspiration dances? Male inspiration dance? Does that work? Do you get inspired by male dances? Like male inspirations?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know, like Chippy is like one big one
Yes.
because of how hard he's worked. Just to bring up the hip hop scene in Canberra and just helping P1 develop as a crew. He's like done so much that it's inspired me in a way. Just to keep pushing myself.
Yeah, Chip has been a massive inspiration for, I guess, all of us in P1.
Yes.
He pushes himself so hard and he pushes us so hard and he has so much faith in all of us. I think that's one of the best things is that he believes in every single one of us and he makes sure that we know it every day, that he believes in us. And it's a feeling I'll never really be able to describe, to know that there's someone out there who believes in us without question. Every single day believes that we can do anything we put our minds to, and it really helps push us to keep going. It helps me to push going. It helps me to believe in myself. And yeah, he's an amazing inspiration.
Even all of the P1 boys are inspirations, I would say, as well. Just because of the way they push us and the way that they push themselves. Because I feel like we all get fatigued in different ways. And like seeing how they will, like we were saying before, how they pick us up when we're down, we'll pick them up when they're down. We got each other's backs. I feel like, we're very protected of the boys and they're very protective of us.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. We see that.
But in different ways, I feel. I feel
Yes.
like in different ways. Because, like, with the guys, they're like, you're walking by yourself. And they're like, I'm coming with you. But then, I feel like we're always kind of like, oh, like, this person was kind of down today. Like, I wonder why. Like, and, just kind of slip into conversation.
Like,
just
how are you going?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Even like,
Josh, you look sad.
even the boys, but even the boys are really emotionally intelligent. Like I've always been able to say that, like, if I walk up the stairs a little upset and I've tried really hard to mask it and I think I'm doing fine, the first person that picks up on it immediately is always Andy. Andy's always the first one to come straight up to me and just give me a hug. And Andy doesn't normally initiate hugs with me. Normally I'll go around and hug everyone and we always hug each other. But it's almost like I walk into the room and if I'm just that little bit off, Andy will seek me out immediately and just give me a hug. And it's like we do that for each other so much. Like we love and care for each other all the time. And I just think that's really cool.
Yeah. It's hard to find that bond, like, as well as we have it. Because obviously we fight and stuff, but it's pretty much like we're brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Because even though we fight, it's not like, oh no, we're not friends anymore. It's just a disagreement and then we'll be back to normal in like literally like an hour. We'll be like, nah, and start pulling around.
It
again.
also feel a bit like brother and sister. Like, it's kind of just like family, when you get annoyed and you're like, and then you go at them and then they go, and then you're just like, okay, cool, whatever. We're over it.
Okay, we're fine now.
Yeah.
And before it was like Chip was like the dad.
Yeah.
But then now he's kind of like starting to become a brother as well. It's like, huh?
Yeah, he definitely has.
Yeah.
There's definitely been a few moments where like some of us have grumped a little bit and we're all like, I are they okay? And someone's like, I just need to be mad right now. I'm like, okay.
That's fine. That's fair.
That's fine. Come back when you're good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's good. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the topics we have for our first little segment.
Mm.
Do you guys have any other things you want to add on?
Anything you want to talk about?
Nah, sounds good. Next segment, we got what music are we listening to? This is the segment where we talk about music that we're listening to.
Really?
I'm so shocked.
wait, Rob does like the little keyboard thing. We got to try and harmonize it again so we can, so he can do it. Okay. What music are we listening to? I don't know if that sounds.
That was beautiful.
That was probably
It's funny
awful, but
because
that's
normally
okay.
people go louder, like two, but we're like two. We're all really soft about it.
Yeah, we should be becoming a singing crew.
Oh, done.
Imagine us as an a cappella act. Like,
I
oh
love
my
that.
god.
All girls, no Rob, the one who's actually the singer.
Who would play what part? Who would be the beatboxer?
Jason.
Jason would be the
Oh wait,
beatboxer.
does it have to be?
I mean, no, we can involve the boys.
Jade,
Oh,
can
maybe-
you beatbox?
Maybe Ryan, because you ever see him and Andy doing stuff? Maybe Ryan would beatbox and then Andy would rap and then Rob would sing and then Josh would be the
Josh would be the random noisemaker. Jason would be the hype man.
and then we'll be the
Back up.
We're the backup dancers of the
Why is that
acapella
always
group.
us? It's literally the boys and the girls just chilling with each other. Oh man. All right. So, what music have you guys been listening to? I
Does
need
it have
grab
to be
up my
one or
Spotify.
like?
It can be a couple of songs. It could be an album. Yeah, it's up to
I
you.
don't know.
I've been listening a lot to Spacey Jane, and I don't dance to their music at all. But like, that's what I've been listening to a lot, which has been really cool. Like, especially after work. I don't know, just
Yeah.
like blasting their music in my car. It's just the best thing. But I'm really late to the party.
I don't know who Spacey Jane is.
Neither do I.
Can you play the music?
Yeah, play one of the songs. Maybe we recognize one of those.
Yeah, okay, maybe. I don't know. They're not like super duper popular. They're a little Aussie band.
Oh yeah.
You do find some really good Aussie bands.
It's this kind of vibe.
Ah.
Yeah, okay, that kind of vibe.
Heard of them before.
Yeah, they're really good. Really love it. Yeah. Anyway, next person.
Anyone else?
I'm trying to think of like, my music is all over the place. Like, I'll dance to some of them. I'll like scream sing to some of them. Some of them are just like a chill vibe. Like, I just need to like calm down. I use music to kind of like literally is the soundtrack to my life. Like, I'll always pick a very specific type of song to like, okay, I'm sad right now and I'm going to feed it a little bit. But like, I'm feeling really calm right now, so let's calm it down. Or like, I want to scream, so like, let's go. I think something I've been really liking a lot of Alexander 23. He does some like really cool stuff.
Good
And
taste.
Jake Scott, there was this one song, this acoustic version of Favorite T-shirt. I don't know why, but I absolutely adore it. Every time it's on, I'm like,
Yes. Do you want to play a little bit of one of them? Give us a
I'll
little
play it, yeah.
sneak peek.
oh, turn it up a little bit. It's just so calm.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Wait, this is us in the acapella band. Yo.
It always feels like
Yeah.
the boys and then us just being like,
Hey, I'm here too.
Oh, it's so accurate.
kind of sad. But then sometimes we take the stage, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes.
Sometimes I think part of it is just like, it's just kind of like easier to let them go. Sometimes I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't have anything to
You guys have so much
contribute.
energy.
And I'm so loud at the rest of my life. Part of me is like, I can go to training and someone else can be loud. Today I just sleep.
Today I sleep.
What about you, Amanda? Or Wendy?
Did you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay.
goes first.
I don't know. I haven't really found any like new artists or music. So like I've been repeating, listening to like music on repeat of Rini. Have you heard of him?
Yes.
He's a Melbourne artist. And let me show you some of his songs.
Yes. Oh, smooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
Chill vibes.
That's a vibe. I do like that.
It's very nice. I like Rennie as well. For me, I haven't been listening to like specific songs in particular. It's just I've been also chill kind of vibes because I have this one radio station on Spotify for like Miyazaki, like this song. This song was my chill song that initiated it. It's just like something to kind of relax to. And then all the songs here are kind of similar to this sort of vibe.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
so it's just a radio based off of that song.
I do like listening to Spotify radio. You discover some really interesting songs. Like you've got a very specific song with the right vibe and you're like, I want that song. And it just, Spotify does it well.
Yeah,
They do very
really
good.
Yeah, they do. It's like,
The
thank
algorithms.
you.
The algorithm.
You know our information.
It's okay. I'm not that interesting. They can have it.
All right, so that was What Music Are We Listening to? It's so out of tune. Oh no.
Well, please auto-tune us.
But yeah, so that was everything we had today. Do you guys have anything you want to add on? Any last finishing thoughts?
I don't think so.
Was this a short podcast? How long did it go for?
About 40 minutes.
Oh. It's because we're efficient. We're time efficient.
We are efficient. Straight to the point.
Yes.
Because I feel like there's not really a big difference between like, I don't know, being like, you know, our inspirations are like, you can have so many female inspirations, but also male inspirations and any type of gender inspiration. Like, I don't know, at PB, it just feels like it doesn't matter who you are, like how old you are especially, or like wherever you come from, whatever, like it's just dancing, improving, everyone's on their own journey. It's really fun.
Yeah, there's no distinction between age, race,
Yeah,
gender,
nothing.
sexual orientation. Like, there's no distinction between anything. You are who you are, and you'll get respect for how you train and how you dance. Like, that's it with PB. I think that's awesome that I've never felt like I am a woman or I'm this or I'm that or I'm that. I'm a person and I dance. And that's kind of it. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
All right. Let's do a final sentence to sum up the day from each person. I'll give you 10 seconds
lot
to
of
think
pressure.
of a final sentence.
A sentence.
In
There's so much
10,
pressure.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wendy, what is your sentence?
Very unproductive.
Oh, God.
Wait, what?
Is this unproductive?
Oh, this day.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
Just
it's
a
my
sentence.
day. I was like, my day was unproductive.
No, like this podcast, just to sum it up.
Oh, well, you didn't say it clearly. Oh, okay.
Not Amanda's fault.
Fun.
Fun. Good. JD.
Literally, my brain was just. Dance is good no matter who you are. Yeah.
What stole it right out of my mouth. I'm going to go with dance is dance no matter who you are.
Mine is the girls are kind of awkward, but this is our vibe.
Can I say mine again?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was super
You just said fun.
After unproductive.
cut that out, please.
These are completely unedited. Swear again, Wendy.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Let me just say my sentence. Oh gosh. Dance is cool. Everyone should try it.
Thank you, Wendy. Mic drop. Boom. All right. Thank you guys for listening to this special episode of the Girls Podcast. You can find us at Project One Official on Instagram or TikTok. We don't really post on TikTok though, so probably go to our Instagram. Our individual Instagram tags. So you can find me at Amanda__var.
my Instagram tag annoys Ryan a lot. Mine is ZZOOEEIY.
Mine's Jade Schmutter.
Well, for those who can pronounce it, it's Nguyen_.
But it's spelt different, right?
Did you want me to spell it?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
just spell
Oh,
it.
okay. NGUYWEN_.
And if you missed all of that, you can just find our tags on Project One. We're probably tagged in some of the photos there.
Everywhere.
But yeah, leave a comment. It always helps us, especially just reading other people's comments and what you think about the podcast, what you think we should improve on, what you think you like, all those sorts of things. And please subscribe. You'll be looking out for a lot of this type of content if you subscribe. And if you didn't like it, please watch the other podcasts. They're really good.
They're very good.
Maybe it's just
We,
us.
we promise we're so sorry.
Oh no. Yeah, no. It does really help if you guys leave a comment, like, subscribe, all those sorts of things. But yeah,
Thanks for watching.
this has been Project One. Signing
Signing
out.
out.
No, can we do it again? So out of sync. This has been Project One.
Signing out.
The whole time you were counting down from 10, my mind was so blank, and I was like,